Hello everyone and welcome back to the Perfect French with Dylane. Yesterday we saw the interrogative adverbs. Today we are going to see the interrogative pronouns. On the book we are going from page 149 to 153. And you can join me on Instagram for a little quiz after this video. Just a quick note on the schedule of this course. Today we were supposed to see qui, que, quoi, which are the interrogative pronouns, as well as quel and lequel. And as I was getting ready for this lesson, I realized that it might have been a little bit much. So today we are only going to see qui, que, quoi, and then tomorrow we are going to see quel and lequel, which means that the schedule for the course is pushed for one day. So we are not having the recap of the course on October 17, we have it on October 18. The schedule has been updated on the website if you want to go and check it out. I'm not going to lie, this lesson is going to be a little bit heavy. But all the things that we are going to see around the interrogative pronouns, we have already seen them in the course. So don't worry too much about it. So like I said, we are going to see qui, que, and quoi, which is basically who, whom, and what. But qui can be qui est-ce qui, or it can also be qui est-ce que. And then we have que, Q apostrophe, which can be qu'est-ce qui, qu'est-ce que. All the rules have a very specific reason that we are going to see, don't worry. And then quoi is mostly with prepositions such as de, à, avec, etc. Once again, nothing that you can't understand. So let's start with qui. Qui, like I said, can mean either who or whom. And it will have different forms depending if qui is the subject or is the object. Let's see qui as a subject first. So if you want to ask the question who, you are either going to use qui or qui est-ce qui. And the inversion is not allowed with qui or qui est-ce qui when it's the subject. Let's see, you will understand better. If we have who saw this movie, we have qui a vu ce film. Qui a vu ce film. So how to know if it's the subject? The easiest way to do it, if you don't see it as a subject right away, is to replace the who, or the qui in French, by I, je. I saw this movie, I am the subject. J'ai vu ce film, J apostrophe is the subject, okay? That's the easiest way to do it. And then, like I said, when it's the subject, it can also be replaced by qui est-ce qui. Qui est-ce qui, okay? Qui est-ce qui a vu ce film? Qui est-ce qui a vu ce film? So here, qui and qui est-ce qui are both subject of the question. Does it make sense? Let's see as an object, you will see the difference. So to ask the question whom, you can either use qui or qui est-ce que. Que, not qui. Qui est-ce que. The inversion is allowed. Let's see. So we have either qui or qui est-ce que. Whom did you see? Qui as-tu vu? Qui as-tu vu? So here, it's allowed, okay? Whom did you see? The subject of the question is tu, you. This is not whom, okay? So you can switch qui with qui est-ce que tu as vu. Qui est-ce que tu as vu? Qui and qui est-ce que are both object of the question. To practice, you can do the exercise 2.33. And I do think that in this one, there's a verb that is not correct. I think it's the point 5, I'm gonna put it here if it's right. Point 5, it's not supposed to be faire, it's supposed to be voir. Very, very big difference. We can also use qui with prepositions, such as à, de, avec. Let's see first with à. We have à qui ou à qui est-ce que. So all of them are going to be object of the question, not subject. Subject is à qui est-ce qui, which actually does not exist. Here we focus on à qui est-ce que. Whom are you speaking to? À qui parles-tu? À qui parles-tu? Or, à qui est-ce que tu parles? À qui est-ce que tu parles? So why à? Why did I choose à? Because it's the verb parler à. This is why we only see the question now after we saw all the prepositions. Because the verb followed by a specific preposition is going to change the way that we ask the question. So, à qui parles-tu? Because parler à. To talk to. Does it make sense? But we can also say parler de. Parler de, to talk about. So, de qui est-ce que? De qui parles-tu? De qui parles-tu? Or, de qui est-ce que tu parles? De qui est-ce que tu parles? So the verb followed by de, remember avoir peur de, se méfier de, etc. We can also use parler with avec. Parler avec. To talk to or to talk with, basically. Okay, so avec qui est-ce que? Avec qui parles-tu? Avec qui est-ce que tu parles? Avec qui est-ce que tu parles? So you see, it's not too hard as long as you know your prepositions. When you feel comfortable, you can do the exercise 2.34. Now we have que, very similar to qui. So que means what, and it can also be used as an object or as a subject. Let's focus on the subject first. When que acts as a subject, we are only going to use qu'est-ce qui. Qu'est-ce qui. And no inversion is allowed with qu'est-ce qui. So qu'est-ce qui, what. So if we ask what is wrong, qu'est-ce qui ne va pas? Qu'est-ce qui ne va pas? And here we do use the verb aller. Qu'est-ce qui ne va pas? What is not going, I guess. Okay? Was a little side note. Qu'est-ce qui ne va pas? It's the only way that you can have que as the subject of the question. Now, que as the object. In this case, you can either use que with the inversion or just qu'est-ce que. So if you look at what do you want, que veux-tu, or qu'est-ce que tu veux, qu'est-ce que tu veux, qu'est-ce que tu veux. So the object is qu'est-ce que, because the subject is tu. So qu'est-ce que tu veux, object. I know that this is a little bit complicated and heavy, but make sure to practice. It will come with a lot of practice. Talking about practice, 2.35. If you want an easier way to use que when it's the object, you can change it to quoi and put it at the end of the question. So, que veux-tu becomes tu veux quoi? Tu veux quoi? What do you want? Or you can say tu regardes quoi? What are you watching? Tu manges quoi? What are you eating? I was going to say another one, but that's with a preposition, and we're going to see that right now. Que with prepositions. After a preposition, que always becomes quoi. So you know how to use a preposition. We have we have de, we have avec, we have so many. So with those, always quoi. You have all the list in the book about all the preposition, all the verbs with all the verbs with de, so you know all about it. So let's see à quoi. What are you thinking about? That's the one I was gonna say actually. What are you thinking about? So thinking about in French is penser à. Penser à. So because of that, because we use the verb penser and penser is with à, we are going to use the preposition à, and que is going to become quoi. It makes a lot of sense when I say it. I really don't know how you feel behind the screen. This is probably the hardest thing about making YouTube videos and teaching to more people than just a classroom. Because in the classroom, you can really see the face of people being like, what are you talking about? And then you can explain more. But here, I have no idea how you feel about it. So that is actually, I have to say, it's really hard. That was a teacher point of view. Let's go back to the lesson. So what are you thinking about can be either à quoi penses-tu, à quoi plus inversion, à quoi penses-tu, or à quoi est-ce que tu penses? À quoi est-ce que tu penses? And then we have the informal way, which is tu penses à quoi? Tu penses à quoi? When we have a verb with the preposition de, we are going to have de quoi. De quoi. So what are you talking about is parler de. Parler de. So, de quoi parles-tu? De quoi parles-tu? Or, de quoi est-ce que tu parles? De quoi est-ce que tu parles? And finally, the informal way, tu parles de quoi? Tu parles de quoi? I told you it was very important for you to know everything about the prepositions. I was not joking. And when you think about it, it's also just like in English, basically. You use the preposition a lot and they come back in the question, they come back in the answer, so it's a bit everywhere as well. Same thing for French. The next one, avec quoi? Avec quoi? With what are you cooking? With what are you cooking? So here it's cuisiner avec. Cuisiner avec. Avec quoi cuisines-tu? Avec quoi cuisines-tu? Or, avec quoi est-ce que tu cuisines? Avec quoi est-ce que tu cuisines? Tu cuisines avec quoi? Tu cuisines avec quoi? That's it for this lesson. You can do the exercise 2.36. Like I said, tomorrow we are going to see quel and lequel, and also the question tags and the si, how to answer a negative question. So I will see you tomorrow. À demain.